Hello and welcome to another tutorial. This one is for a digital learning tool platform. It is free that allows you to create interactive stories, and this is Sutori. You can get there at sutori.com, and like any of these platforms, you need to sign up and get yourself an account. You can do that with your Google Suite platform, or you can do that with just about any email or any social media platform. So once you do that, you will then log in. This tool can be used by teachers or by students. So as you are creating your account, it'll ask you to identify which one you are. So go ahead and do that, and then you can log in. Once you log in, you will get to your home page or splash page for Sutori. There's a welcome message. There's a beginner tutorial that you can watch, and then you have your ability over here to create your first story. So what exactly is Sutori? It's an instructional presentation tool students and teachers can use. It will allow students to engage in critical thinking, foster research and inquiry, have the ability for collaboration, and enhance literacy and allow some creativity. Can be used for subjects such as social science, English and writing, even math, as well as other disciplines. It's a different way to tell stories or to do storyboarding. You can use it to create digital bulletin boards, a visual timeline, a storyboard. It can be static or interactive, and you can add text, images, links, all kinds of different things to create your story. So let's go ahead and get started. So you will click here to create your first story. You have the ability to start with a blank, or you have a bunch of templates that are already listed here. There might be something that fits what you want to do, or you might just create from blank. You have instructions to be guided. We're going to get rid of that. You can see the layout. You have a banner up along the top. You have various headers and titles. And as you take and move your mouse around, you'll find areas in which a plus sign will open up. You click on that to add any of your material. The first thing we're going to do is click on the banner, and notice you get a little more icon in the top right corner. We're going to click on that and click on Edit. So to create something or to add something to this banner, you have some choices. You can get something off of your own device. You can use these free Creative Commons images from Unsplash. You can drag and drop things from your desktop, or you can go and search and find a link for something that you're going to put in. So I've typed in Supreme Court to the search bar and found some images, and just click on the image that I want. Now once the image uploads, you'll have the ability to drag it, reposition it the way that you want, and then eventually save. So that allows you to move down to the next area where you're going to be able to start adding some specific content. So we can click on this Insert Title. We can write a story. We basically get a dialog box here, and we can put anything in we want. We have some various editing tools. We can create a numbered list, bulleted list. We can center. We got different font sizes. underline, italicize, and bold. You probably recognize those familiar tools. Anytime that we were locking any of this stuff in, we can always go back to it and edit it should we feel like we need to do that. We can insert headings. This is actually a good idea to do from a navigation point of view. You'll find that as you insert headings in what you're going to build, it'll create a table of contents over here to the left side so that you can easily skip things and move down. A little quicker navigation, but you can also see the layout of your particular story. And so you can just continue to add these types of things. You can add text, which would be a text box. You can add images. You can add video files, MP4s, anything that's in an MP4, so you can get something from YouTube, or if you have created your own file, as long as it's in the MP4 format, you'd be able to upload that. There's audios that can be uploaded. You can upload a file attachment, links, and then you have choices for multiple choice and matching types of assessments. Did you know? This is kind of like a fun fact or FYI. And then you can also add a forum location where there can be some interaction with people talking back and forth and making comments. And then there's the heading function that you can add headings any place that you would like to do that. So I've added my heading in the heading box. I will click out of that, which locks it in, and come down to the adding content. And maybe I'm going to find a video. And so my choices here are YouTube, but again, I can get something from my device if that's where I have a video stored. So I type my topic into the search bar inside YouTube, and let's say this is the video that I'd like to add. So as you can see, I'm kind of creating a timeline here. I can add some comments or some direction. And then, as always, in any of these items that you're adding, the people who are viewing this have the ability to add comments. So from an instructional point of view, you could put a question in here that after watching the video, you would like students to answer, and then they can actually use the comment space below. I do have some choices here. I can get rid of this or delete this item if it turns out I changed my mind. I can expand the size of this, make it go more left to right. I have a color editor here, which allows me to choose up to 9 different colors or just leave it the way it is, which is where we're circled here. And then this allows me to do some maneuvering around in the timeline. Once you get a few other things in here, that will make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to come down here, and maybe I want to add another image. Again, I can drop something from my device, links, Google Drive, what have you. I'm going to go back to the Unsplash area. Nothing there. Well, let's go back to Supreme. And say I want to add that in. Again, I have my choices up here. We have the source identified down here. We can start typing again anything that we would like related to this video, if there's something that you would like to have people do once they get to the spot, and then obviously the comment box. As we come down here, I'm going to add another heading. Okay. And so I've created another heading. And so I've just added a text box. And so I've just added some information inside the text box. Again, I have my minimal editing features here, along with some color backgrounds, if I find that I want to do that. And then notice you have a button here where I can also add some media to this particular box. So let's say I'm done with this. So we've added a video, we've added an image. You can also come down here and add an audio file. Maybe there's a speech that you've run across in your searching and your research. You could add that there if you wanted to do that. Here's the forum that we talked about, where you can actually create kind of a discussion area or an area for sharing ideas, or maybe talking about a particular issue and having students get on either side of the issue that's presented. So that's another option as well. Audio file, again, depending on where we have the audio file, we may have a link to an audio file somewhere, and we would just go find that and then add that in that particular spot. I'm not going to actually do that right now. Okay. So we're going to again go down, and we're going to this time grab a quiz. And again, you can put anything in here you want. So you have your question, and you start adding answers. If you want to get rid of any of the answers, you have your trash can. And then you can put an explanation down there for the correct answer if you want to actually have there be some text when they do connect with the right answer. You have to, before you leave, you have to make sure that you select the correct answer. Otherwise, it will not auto-grade it for you. Although this is listed as multiple choice, you could actually use it as a true and false as well. And then have your choices of answers. And then again, select the correct answer. You could maybe put some additional information down here, like, when Chief Justice Roberts actually got the job, or something along those lines. And you can see what it's going to look like here when it gets taken. Now, you may have noticed along the way that I never hit save. The tool auto saves. So anytime you need to go into any of the things that you've already created here, you can just click in them, and you will see that an edit icon pops up, the little pencil. You can click on that and go in and make any adjustments that you need to any of the items that are there. So let's talk about other things that you may need to do once you're done. First of all, you can actually hit the present button here, and that will show you what the entire thing looks like, and it actually kind of creates like a slide deck or a timeline presentation for you that you can just kind of advance through. We also have some more options here. You can copy this whole story, you can delete the story, you can export it to a PDF, and you can view stats. So this will allow you to take a look at students who went in and looked at the story, where they went, how much time they spent. If there were assessments in there, you can actually pull up the results from that. And then finally, how do you get this to everybody? Well, there's the share button. You can invite others to join your story. You can do this through an email situation. You can share in these types of ways. Currently, right now, the work is listed as secret. Private means nobody can get to you but you. And so the secret is probably where you're going to want to be most of the time, because that allows anyone with this link below to access your particular Sutori story. You can also change it to public, and this would allow it to be out there in the ether for other folks to use as an example to see what kind of things people can create with this. Sometimes those are nice places to start to get some ideas and then create your own thing. And so obviously you'd copy this and then share this however you wanted it. You could put it into your learning management system. You can just email it to somebody, however you would want to do that. Obviously you have all these other platforms here where you can share it as well. In the free version, you have some that are limited here, like Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook. However, you could not directly go there, but you could copy a link and still share it. So again, it's email. That's the Google Classroom icon there. So you have that ability to do that. Again, students can use this as a way, different and visual way to present information. Sometimes we get a little tired of looking at PowerPoint, so this gives you another way to visually add all kinds of different things with the video, with the images, text boxes, audio files, links to various things. A lot of different things that you can do with this particular tool. And so hopefully you've enjoyed it and we'll find some uses for it. Thank you.